Good evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening to all. Can you able to hear my voice? Good evening. Good evening, guys. Good evening to all. Okay. Yesterday class we have discussed about some basic things about Arduino and IoT like that theoretical part, and after that we have entered into the programming side and the basic pins like that. What are all the pins are available in the Arduino microcontroller and use the pins, and using that pins what we can able to do the projects, each and every pins, um, the working principle of each and every pins, how the what are all the pins are used for protocols like a I2C what protocol, SPI whatever the protocols. We have discussed about the specified the pin, this pin is work used for this particular protocols like that. After that, yesterday we have just to do it some basic example only, like only LED blinking like that. Okay. Today we are going to interface the sensors. Okay, today we are going to interface the sensors, what how to interface the sensors with the Arduino IDE. After that, after interfacing the sensors, we will move towards the IoT platform. Okay. We are going to, in IoT we are going to monitor the values of the sensors, or we are going to control any devices through IoT platform. Okay. Before that we have to little bit vulgarized in interfacing the sensors. Okay, after interfacing this work, we will move towards the sense IoT platform. Okay. Likewise today also we are going to use the workv. Okay, today also we are going to use the workv platform. This is the online platform, simulation platform. Those people who didn't have any hardware or like that, they can use like a Proteus, Tinkercad like that. This is also one type of platform. Using this you can able to uh, do your projects. Okay, and you can able to simulation do your simulation works like that. Okay. uh, this is the workv platform. You just click it. After that, here I'm going to use the Arduino microcontroller. Okay. There are lots of microcontroller we can able to use, and using this platform for Arduino you can use for ESP or Raspberry Pi Pico, STM32. Yesterday class itself I have already told you. Okay. Today class we will directly go into the project session. Okay. I'm going to select the Arduino, you know. Okay, I have selected here. Yesterday we have discussed about the basic things, just an LED blinking only. Okay, how the LED blinking is working. Okay, you same likewise only. Today we are going to interface the sensors. Okay, what are the sensors like gas sensor, IR sensor, ultrasonic sensors, how they are working. Okay, before going to the coding session, I will explain about the working of the particular sensors and how to write the code for the particular sensors. Okay. Okay. Today I'm going to discuss about the ultrasonic sensors. Okay. Ultrasonic sensors. I hope that you people have a basic information about the ultrasonic sensors. Okay, how it is working. Okay, what is the purpose of ultrasonic sensor? Using the sensors, what we can able to do. Okay. Ultrasonic sensor is mainly used for measurement. Okay, distance measurement is nothing but whether the object is what is the distance of the object which is placed far away from the, like from the transmitter end. Okay, like that Using this ultrasonic sensor, we can able to measure the in which distance the object has been located, like that. For example, for your understanding purpose, I can say the examples like in your ships, like that. Okay, in submarine ship, they will using this technology, they can able to find out the if there is any obstacles, okay, are available in front of the ship. Means using this technology, using this ideology, they can able to predict, okay, 2 kilometers far there is one obstacle has been detected, so we have to take any prevention actions, like that. We can able to predict the distance of the any obstacles present in front of us. Okay. Okay, before that, I would like to explain the ultrasonic sensor is working. Okay, you can see here. You just, if you want to add any, okay, if you want to add any components in this software simulations, you can see here there are the three options are available. One is the green, it is used for the starting the simulation. After at center symbol, it indicates the adding a new part, like that. Okay, you just click this one. After that, you can write here ultrasonic, like that. If you write the ultrasonic, means suddenly it will be shows as a HC SR0 for ultrasonic distance sensor, like that. Okay, you can see here, this is the sensor we are going to use today's class, and we are going to measure the distance. Okay, what is the distance, how it is working, and how we are going to write the code for this ultrasonic sensors, like that. Okay, before going to the coding sessions, I would like to explain the basic principle of working of ultrasonic sensors. In this ultrasonic sensors, you can able to see here, it consists of three pins. Okay, VCC, trigger, echo, and ground. You can see here, I will do a little bit zoom. You can see here VCC, trigger, echo, and ground. Okay, what is the maximum voltage? Okay, the ultrasonic sensor will operate at a maximum 5 voltage. If we give any 3 voltage from the microcontroller, it will not work perfectly. Okay, because the 3 volt is not sufficient for this ultrasonic sensor. For the reason, we are providing 5 voltage to this particular sensors. After that, as usual, we will connect the ground. Okay, for closed circuit to operate the to trigger the ultrasonic sensor. Here in between, okay, in between VCC and ground, there are two pins are available. One is trigger and echo. What is the function of trigger pin and echo pin? Okay, using this trigger pin, uh, we can able to transmit the ultrasonic waves, like that. Okay, we can able to transmit the waves. After that, after transmitting the wave, if there is any object interface the wave, means suddenly the wave will reflect back to the reflect back to the sensor. Okay, if there is any wave reflected back, means suddenly the echo pin, here the echo pin will receive the wave. Okay, receive the wave, depends upon this value. Okay, depends upon this value, received value, ultrasonic sensor will send the signals to the microcontroller as a, I have measured one obstacle in front of my whatever the things, I have measured the obstacle in such a distance. There should be some formulas as we have to use to calculate the distance. Okay, I know that you peoples can know the some basic things, how to calculate the distance, like that. Okay, distance is nothing but if I want to calculate any distance, speed into time. This is the formula, this is the basic physics formula. Using this formula only, we are going to calculate the distance of the object. Okay, um, I would like to explain in deeply. Okay, in this, when the trigger pin sends one pulse, okay, sends one pulse means suddenly we can get one waveform. Okay, suddenly it will be get one waveform. After that, how it will be calculate the distance like that. For example, assume that if you were throwing the one ball in front of the wall, means what will be happen due to your force. Okay, due to your force, it will be transferred to the air, and it will be hit the wall, and it will be returned back. You can calculate that. How you can calculate that? The distance means, first of all, you have to calculate the time, how much time it is taking to receive to us. Okay, when I throwed, it is the starting point. Okay, after hitting the wall, how much time it is taking to receive me, to reach me, like that. Using this distance and speed, we can able to find out, okay, this is the distance, this is the object is available in 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, like that. We can able to predict it easily. Okay. Okay, now we will move towards to the coding session. Okay, in this coding session, first of all, we have to declare the pins. What are all the pins we are going to use here, and after that, what is the working of the pin, we have to declare here. Yesterday class, I have already told you that whenever we are declaring any pin in the microcontroller, we have to specify the working of the particular pin. Likewise, today we are going to use the trigger and echo pin. VCC ground, they are common pin. Okay, you no need to consider about that pin, they are working commonly. Okay, we have to consider this trigger and echo pin, because using this, the values which was transmitted and received by these two pins only, we can the data will be transferred. The trigger and echo pin, uh, these pins are the data transferring pins, like that. Okay, using these pins only, we can able to get any readings or any measurements or whatever the datas, like that. Okay, here we are going to use the, first of all, I am going to declare the pin like a int trigger. It should be connected. I am going to connect this trigger pin. Okay, I am going to connect this trigger pin in pin number 2. Pin number 2. After that, I am going to connect this another one pin, int echo. Okay, here the trigger pin is acting as a transmitter. They can transmit the ultrasonic wave. They will not receive any ultrasonic wave. The major working of trigger pin is to transmit the waves only. Okay, after that, I am declaring the echo pin in pin number 3. Okay, so here I am going to declare the echo pin in pin number 3. I have declared each and every pins. So what is the working of echo pin? It is echo pin acting as a receiver. If there is any reflected wave is available, means it should be received by this echo pin only. It does not emit any ultrasonic wave, only it will act as a receiver only. Okay, after that, here I am going to this is the formula. Okay, this is the formula. Using this formula only, we are going to make this code. Okay, you can see here distance. Okay, the entire value, it should be stored in a distance only. So for that reason, I am mentioned here like a distance, one variable in integer value. After that, the speed of the once again, here speed of the wave will be, there should be some constant speed for each and every forces, or for each and every energies. Like the light will travel to one type of speed, the radio frequency will travel at one type of speed, or the higher waves or higher light, or whatever ultraviolet, they have some specific speed in traveling in the environment, okay, in the vacuum space or environment, whatever the medium, okay, there should be some naturally available some basic level of speed. Okay, here we are going to the maximum speed. Okay, the what is the constant speed of this ultrasonic wave means 0.034 divided by 2. Okay, this is the average speed means the default speed of the ultrasonic wave. Okay, we can able to increase or decrease whatever based upon our applications, it's not an issue. This is the speed of the average speed of the ultrasonic. Okay, we have got the value of speed. Okay, then we have only one terms only bending, we have to find it. Okay, what is means time, how we can able to calculate. Okay, I have already before starting this session I have already said some example. When you are throwing a ball towards the wall means, while when the ball is releasing from your hand, it should be considered as a starting point. Okay, after hitting the wall, it will be returned back to the particular person. When he is receiving the ball, it should be considered as a receiving time. Okay, based upon these calculations only, we can able to predict this. Okay, it is taking this type of this amount of distance, like that. Okay, um, likewise we can able to calculate the time. Okay, for your more understanding I will explain you that for example, if you are running in a marathon or whatever place means, the starting point when you are started to run, the timing clock will be started to count up. After that, when you are reaching at the same point, after finishing your round, when you are reaching at the same point, then only they will fix that. Okay, this person is taking 10 minutes to complete one round. This person is taking 15 minutes to complete the one round. Likewise, only the same concept only here also we are implementing. Okay, after that, for the measurement of time. Okay, for the measurement of time, here I am going to declare as a long variable duration, like the what is the duration of the wave. Okay, for measuring the time, what is the time of the wave which is transmitting and receiving. Okay, likewise I am going to measure here. I have mentioned here long is equal to duration. Next, after that, we have already know that the speed of the wave, and we have going to find only time. Okay, after that we have to move towards to the void setup. In this void setup, in this void setup, um, yesterday class I have explained the communications like that. Serial dot begin, serial dot begin 9600, like that. The baud rate. Okay, baud rate is nothing but the communication speed or the message transferring or the data transferring in between the controller and the sensors. Okay, in between the controller and the sensors, per 1 second, assume that you can assume that per 1 second how many bits can able to transfer, like that. Here I am mentioning here as a 9600. It is nothing but 9600 bits we can able to transfer here. After that we have to mention here pin mode. Pin mode is nothing but trigger pin. I have connected two pins. One is the trigger pin and another one is an echo pin. What is the working principle of this two pin? Whether it is working as a input devices or whether it is working as a output devices. Likewise, I have to mention here. Then only the microcontroller will understand this pin working as a input device. So we have to gather some if there is any data available means we have to taking as a input. Otherwise it will not receive any values, and it will not process any value which was received from the sensors. Okay, Likewise, we have to mention here the particular working of the pins. Here the trigger pin, it is working as a output, so the syntax will be in caps letter, the output should be. So I have mentioned here the trigger pin is an output. After the same as usual, I'm going to mention here the pin mode. So because the two pin only available in this ultrasonic sensor, so that's why I have mentioned here what is the working principle of echo pin. Echo pin only receive the ultrasonic, it is acting as a echo only, oh sorry, input devices. Okay, it is acting as a input pin, so we have to mention here as a, it is a input. After finishing this one, we have pass to the void setup, void loop. In this void loop, we are going to do one work continuously. Okay, uh, in yesterday class I have explained about the while setup and while loop. In this while setup, we will declare the pin. After that, if there is any conditions, okay, whatever the distance measurement or LED blinking or whatever conditions, if you are giving in this while setup, it will be run for one time only. Okay, one time executable function only we can able to use, we will use this setup. Otherwise, if I want to do one work continuously means I can use this while loop. Okay, here I am going to measure the distance of an object or whatever thing continuously, so I can choose the while loop. Okay, first of all I have to set up the ultrasonic waves. Okay, ultrasonic wave is nothing but, you can see here. Okay. For each and every wave, that should be same equal distance and the wavelength should be same. You can able to see here, you can see here. Likewise, I have to create the ultrasonic wave will be transmitted from the trigger pin. Okay, the transmitted wave should be in a equal distance. For your clearance, I will like to explain that the transmitter, which is just assume that one ultrasonic is the transmitting length of the ultrasonic is 2 centimeter, means after transmitting the old centimeter, the sorry, after transmitting the old uh, wave, the new wave will be generated. Okay, the new wave will be also generated in the same 2 centimeter. If there is any difference in the like a distance length of the wave, means we cannot able to get an accurate value. Okay, for that reason we are going to set the like a distance, set the length of the wave in a equal manner. For that reason, here I am going to, first of all, here I am going to stop the transmitting. So trigger pin, it should be stopped. Okay, this line indicates that digital write. Okay, digital write means nothing but, yesterday I have explained about the basic things about the what is analog write and what is digital write. Okay, the digital write, it should be used for only for device only. Here the trigger pin is working as a output pin, that's why here we are using trigger write. Okay, digital, oh sorry, digital write. So before in the function I have started, I didn't transmit any wave. Okay, what is the delay second? Here I have mentioned here 5 millisecond. This is the minute second, this is the minute delay second I have used it here. After this finishing this 5 second, I'm going to give here the digital write trigger is equal to high. Okay, here first of all, while entering in this loop condition, the trigger pin will does not emit any wave for 5 microsecond. Okay, for 5 microsecond. After that finishing this 5 microsecond, it started to emit the ultrasonic wave. Here I'm just setting the one value, sorry, for one delay second, like 10 second, like that. So 10 millisecond. After that, trigger is equal to low. Okay, what is the explanation of these three line? This is the major part, and this is the main thing we have to understand this. First of all, while entering into, does not any emit any energy, so it will be in the state conditions like this. Okay, like this. Okay, after that, what is the duration of non-emitting the wave? Like that means it should be for 5 millisecond. It does not emit any wave. Okay, ultrasonic wave. After finishing this 5 millisecond, it will be turns towards to the high condition. High condition means starts towards the emission of ultrasonic wave. What is the duration of emission of ultrasonic wave? Means 10 microsecond millisecond. So it will be 10 millisecond. It will be started the emission of ultrasonic wave. After finishing this 10 millisecond, suddenly it will be comes to the low condition. This process only will work continuously again and again, so we can able to get the same length of the ultrasonic wave. Okay, while starting this loop condition, I have, and we are going uh, to make a constant, we are going to make a constant length of the waves, like that. Okay, this is the major part. Okay, this three line is the major part. Using the based upon this three lines only, the ultrasonic waves length we are going to make it. Okay, after finishing this one, we are going to distance. One second, before that, we know the value of the speed. We know the value of the speed. After that, we have to measure the value of the time. Okay, time of the, what is the time taken by the sensor to receive back the reflected ray, like that. So here we are using here duration. Why? Because means the time value should be stored in this duration. Okay, I have mentioned here that the time value should be stored in a durations, like that. After that, pulsing, this is the function which we have used here. Okay, using this function we can able to measure the like a time oriented values. Okay, echo pin, when the echo pin is gotten received, turned on to the high, so the values should be measured as a duration. Okay, trigger pin gets high, suddenly the value should be stored in a duration. After storing the duration, I'm going to implement these values in this distance is equal to speed into time. So after implementing this value, we can able to get a values. Okay, what is the distance of the object, like that. Here I'm going to use the, what is the speed, duration time into speed. What is the speed? What is the constant? Otherwise default 34 divided by 2. This is the value we have read it, and this is the formula we have mentioned again. After that, if I am going to print the values, so I can use here in your basic C programming. You can use the like a println or print like that. Okay, same as usual in your Arduino coding, you have to mention here print. Okay, after that, if what the conditions or what the alphabets or what the things you are writing in between these two quotation, it should be for printing the alphabets like that. It does not print any values. Just assume this. For example, distance is equal to, I have mentioned the distance equal to. So in between these two quotation, what is the, what this line is indicating means the distance equal to these alphabets and these letters only, it will be print. But if I want to print the distance value of this distance means I can add another thing, but it should be print at the next line. After here I didn't mention any ln. Why? Because means the next value, it should be also printed in a same line. After printing this line, it should be goes for next line like that. Okay, I have mentioned here that if I want to mention any readed value means without any double quotation or without any quotations, we have to mention here like this distance. So what is the meaning of this line means it can display the what the readings which was measured by the sensors and which was processed by the Arduino. It should be displayed in your uh, monitor like that. After that I am going to set here for 50 microsecond like that, millisecond like that. I have mentioned here. After finishing this, didn't completed the wiring connections. So you can see here I have able to understand that the second pin, it should be connected with a trigger pin. Why? Because means we have mentioned here the trigger pin should be connected in a, so that the echo pin should connected in pin number 3. That's why we have connected here. The experiment I have yesterday, I have, sorry, beginning onwards I have told you that this sensor will not work in 3 volt. For that we have to provide 5 voltage to this ultrasonic sensors. That's why I am going to choose a 5 voltage. You just click here, you can able to see here the 5 voltage is available. After connecting this 5 voltage, I have to close my, I have to close my circuit. Then only the current will be passed like that. I am going to use the ground which is nearby the pins. Okay. Now I am going to run the code. Just run this code. Now it is measuring the approximate value. You can see here like 397 like that approximate value. If you reduce this means suddenly it can reduce the value. Okay, now I have set the values as a 45 like that, it is measuring. So okay, likewise only the working, the ultrasonic will work. Okay, the trigger pin will transmit the sonic wave. It is the time which was counted for that transmitted wave. After hitting the object, it will be returned back to the ultrasonic sensor. The echo pin will waiting for if there is any waves are available or like that. If it is received any wave means suddenly it will be transfer the signals to the ultrasonic to our microcontroller. Okay, we have coded for this microcontroller using this formulas. We have mentioned the how to calculate values like that. Based upon this value, it can measure the exact readings of the values. Whether you can, if you change this means suddenly the values will be changed like a 143 or 144. This is the simulations. If you are using the hardware means you can able to understand easily. Okay, this is the working principle of ultrasonic or like that. Okay, 163 267 like that. Okay, okay, I hope you that you people can understand the basic things about how to write the code for ultrasonic sensors. Like started the LED blinking. Today we have interfaced the ultrasonic sensors. Now we will use any LCD display, how we have to write the code for I2C LCD. Okay, what is the rules and regulations, what we have to follow for to write this code. If you have any doubts, then you can ask me, pa. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. I will explain you once again, that you people can understand how to write the code and how the ultrasonic sensors are working like that. Okay, next we will move towards to the in the LCD module. Okay, how it is working, okay? Because we have a very less amount only, short amount of time only. Uh, in the upcoming days, we will discuss about the IoT. For okay, tomorrow we will discuss about how we are going to upload these ultrasonic waves. Okay, now we have just practiced in embedded only. After finishing this embedded and after getting some clarifications in embedded, next we will move towards to the IoT, how the IoT is working, what is the concept of IoT, using this IoT what we can able to get any, what is the advantages, like that we will move towards to the IoT. Okay, next we will discuss about the LCD display, how it is working. After that we will interfacing the any sensors, how we can able to display any what type of sensors or whatever we have to display in a LCD, like that. Okay, stop this one. After finishing this stop condition, you have to we need to delete this one. You just as usual it goes to the to add the new part. After this clicking, you just type as I2C. There are a lot of I2C are available. Okay, I2C LCD is nothing but I2C is nothing but it is a one type of protocol. Okay, using this protocol, it is a two-wire using um, two-wire communications. Two-wire communications means we no need to apply lot of, if you are using the normal LCD means there are maximum 4 or 5 or something, nearly up to 6 or 7 wires we have to use. But if we are using this I2C LCD, we can able to communicate within two wires, so we can able to reduce the complexity of the connections and we can able to reduce the wire, and we in coding part also we can able to reduce it. And what is the, and one more advantages is available in this I2, using this I2C protocol you can able to connect the large amount of devices. Large amount of devices means for LCD you can able to connect at a time 8 LCD you can able to connect, but this 8 LCD you can communicate within two wire, you no need to use lot of wire. Okay, you can able to communicate within a two wire. That's why we are using the protocols. Okay, protocol is nothing but for to reduce the complexity and the communications. Okay, assume that in your TV or in your CP there are lot of devices are connected to the microcontroller. So this lot of sensors or device output devices, whatever the thing, they should communicate with each other. For that reason we are using this I2C protocol. Using this I2C protocol we can able to reduce the complexity of the wire connections or usage of the wire. Okay, like that we can able to reduce some more advantages, sorry, more disadvantages. And coding part also we can able to make it simply. Okay, here we will discuss how to write the code for I2C LCD. You can see here normal ash, that should be one library. Liquid here, liquid crystal I2C dot h. This is the to use. Using this library only we can able to make a code for this one. After finishing this one we have to made one object for this library. Okay, here by crystal I2C is equal to LCD. I will make mistakes or like that. Okay, the spelling is correct only, not issue. LCD. After that we have to mention here the what is the address. Okay, 027. Come on, what type of else in this one? This is a two column, sorry, two row 16 column. Okay, this I2C LCD is a two row 16 column I2C LCD. That's why we have mentioned here two row 16 column I2C. Like that, after that we have to mention the address of the uh where the this type of LCD. Okay, this type of LCD, the address is 0 into 27. In other words, we can able to find the LCD just to Google it. How we are finding the address of the LCD? I2C LCD. Like that, if you mention means it will be shows like this. Okay, you can. This is the model. Okay, just to Google it, I will explain the function how it is. You can see here. I2C serial interface adapter module. Okay, using this module will be connected with the normal LCD. After integration with the normal LCD, it should be considered as a I2C LCD. Okay, in this I2C LCD, you can see here. Okay, in this I2C LCD, there should be A0, A1, and A2. These pins, three pins are available. If these three pins didn't shorted means you can see here in this above these three pin there should be some two silver color silver color no, it is wires like that. If any one of this one is connected means suddenly the address will be automatically changed. For example, here there is no one pins are connected. Okay, connected from each other. That's why the default address is a 0 into 27. Here we have mentioned here the 0 into 27. So suppose if any pin, for example the A1 pin is connected with each other means suddenly the address will be changed as a 0 into 26 or 0 into 23 or 0 into 24, whatever. Okay, there should be some are available. Okay, rules are available. If you Google it in net means you can. Okay, this is the formula like that. Okay, after finishing this one, we have to mention here wire setup. I'm going to set up. Connection is needed. Serial dot begin. So I have mentioned here serial dot begin the communication. After that, LC. Okay, the LCD should be. I'm going to start up. So the LCD should be LCD begin. Okay, after finishing this, whenever if I want to write any code, if I want to write the code with LCD, first of all I have to set the cursor. What is the cursor? In which line I have to write the code? Okay, from beginning of this LCD or from middle of the LCD or right top of the LCD or the left top of the LCD. Okay, like that I have to mention the cursor. So here I have mentioned the 0 cross 0 means is nothing but zeroth column and zeroth row, like that. Okay, it is mentioned zeroth column, zeroth row, so it should be printed as the LCD. After finishing this, I have to 3 dot print. In this print I have to mention, for example, the basic code hello. Okay, I am going to mention here. You can see it. Loop, this while loop, the same conditions only I am going to execute here. Okay, so from beginning onwards I'm explaining you that the whatever the conditions we are giving within the wide setup, it should be execute for one time only, one time executable. So here I am going to give a delay 3 seconds. After finishing this 3 seconds, suddenly it will be comes to the loop condition. Here I am going to write as a embedded, like that. I am here going to write here. After finishing this embedded only continuously start working. Okay, so here I'm going to the SCL pin. So this SCL pin, it should be connected in this, the last pin. Okay, this pin is acting as a SCL pin. If you refer the Google means, you can able to find the pin diagram of the Arduino. After that, this next pin is working as a SDL pin. Okay, um, like ultrasonic sensor also, it is the working supply. Okay, the working range, what is the maximum voltage of the LCD is 3 volt. It will not work in, sorry, 3 volt. It should work in 5 volt only. So that's why I am going to connect the 5 volt here. After connecting this one, the ground should be connected in a particular ground. So the ground should be connected. After finishing this one, I'm going to run the code. When I am run the code, after the hello should be printed for 3 seconds. After this 3 seconds, it should be enter into the while loop. What's the condition is execute, this one only going to execute. Okay, you just run the code. So here the error is showing like that, I2C log, like that. We have to close this one and we have to check whether it is not like that. As include the one correct. Why it is showing error means we have make a mistake, that's why it is showing some errors like that. So now we have corrected it, that's all. And this one error, check it thoroughly, what is the error like that. In this website we have to add some libraries for if we want to use this liquid crystal like that. Okay, if you are using any manually means, if you are using hardware means, we can able to receive the values exactly correctly. Okay, it's not an issue, we will just try it. But this is the procedure. Okay, this is the procedure we have to follow. The procedure, using this procedure only we have to include it. Here I didn't include this one because we have to, if whatever the online platform you are using, so you have to include this that one. Okay, if you include that one means suddenly we have to include that particular library correctly. Okay, using this code we can able to do here. We can able to import in the hardware part. Okay, so if you have any hardware means it will be work perfectly. Okay, okay, we will integrate with any output devices like before that we have mentioned the one ultrasonic code, na? So like that we can use any output devices, or we can use the PIR sensors like that. Using the PIR sensor we are going to operate one devices, the motion sensor, PIR sensor. Okay, this is what is the usage of this PIR sensor like that. Okay, I hope you that the people can understand, but here the okay, if you have any doubts, then you can ask me for how to write the code like that. I will explain this. The PAS sensor working like that. Same as usual, only we have to mention the code to like that. After that, this is the input device. So I am going to store the value which was read by the sensors like that in value variable. After finishing this void setup, I am going to mention the void setup. After finishing this void setup, first of all I am going to serial.begin like that. Using this serial.begin, I am going to set the baud rate. PAR is equal to input, it is acting as an input devices. So I have mentioned here, after finishing this pin declaration, I'm moved to the while loop for continuous function. In this while loop, I'm going to make a continuous reading of the sensors, continuous reading of the PAR sensor. So first of all, I have to read the sensor values. That's why uh, I will store the values in a value like that. Okay, I have declared the value, so it should be, I'm going to read the value digitally. So digital read. Okay, read is nothing but if you are going to, if you are reading the book means the data will be stored in your mind. Likewise in your brain. So here the value is the storage, like a godown like that. Okay. From where you are going to do some whatever the book, science book, maths books or chemistry, whatever the book. So likewise from the PAR sensor here, from PAR sensor I'm going to read the values and it should be stored in a particular variable. The variable I have declared here as a integer value. You can able to declare any other value like PAR or whatever the things. Okay, not only you have to, finishing this one, I'm going to serial dot print. Okay, serial dot print is nothing but I'm going to print the values like a PAR. After declaring this one, serial println value like that. Finishing this, going to connect this plus pin will be for supply pin. Okay, for this type of sensor is single pin is enough. Okay, you no need to connect any, sorry, single pin means it will be operated in a minute voltage. You no need to connect any 5 voltage. 3 voltage is sufficient for this type of sensors, so you can use 3 voltage. After finishing this, here I have declared the pin in pin number 2. You can choose any number, any pin number, not only for this one. After finishing this one, I am going to simulate this. So it is working. While loop, I have done a small mistake. We have to the bracket. It is mentioning as a 000, like what is the reason means it does not find out any. If I click this one means, you can see here, if I click this one, if I click the simulation motion means suddenly the values will be changed into 1. Suddenly the value will be changed into 1. If I click this means suddenly the value will be changed into 0. Okay, for simulation purpose we can explain like this, but in real time if we are using any motion sensor means it will, okay, it will detect it will detect the real-time values. Okay, if there is any motions detected in front of the sensors means suddenly it will be transfer the electrical signal to the microcontroller, Arduino microcontroller. So okay, what we have mentioned here, so the microcontroller will was received from the PAR sensor. The sensor, it will be do some output activities. Okay, likewise you can able to make it. Okay, this is the interfacing of sensors. Likewise only we have to interface this whatever the sensors like that. Okay, tomorrow classes, on upcoming classes we will discuss about how to interface the a lot of sensors. After that we will include the IoT. Okay, how we have to upload the values in IoT, whatever it should be, whatever the platform. Okay, we will upload the values. We will upload the values in the IoT, and if I want to control any devices, we will choose that particular IoT platform like a blinker or whatever the things. We can through the internet we will control it. Okay. Thank you, Pa. If you have any doubts, means you can ask me. I hope that you people can understand some basic things about the how we have to implement the sensors with the Arduino. Okay, and how the program writing procedure. Likewise, you can able from these classes you can understand some basic things. Okay, from upcoming class we will move towards to the IoT platform. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Pa. Thank you. If you, anybody have doubts, means you can ask me. Okay. Thank you, Pa. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody is asking whether it will be working in a C language like that. Yes, Pa. It can work in a C language also. We can able to write the code on the normal basic C also. And for embedded basic C is the base. Using that basic C only, we will write the code. Thank you. Thank you, Pa.